And then, perfect. Okay, so that is great. And I'll admit we have a James joining as well. Okay, so welcome everybody. My name is Jessica, and I am a member of Fire Up Connect and have known Marie for several years. And when we are meeting in person, also have the chance to do this virtual network, do the networking in person, and now we're doing that in virtual mode. So it's good to see some familiar faces. And how we usually start our meeting is with a Q&A section, which is actually my favorite part. And how that works if you are new to the meeting is basically you get to pick someone in our group that you can ask any kind of question professionally. Could be a personal question too, just to get to know people and be an icebreaker. So I will start with Janet. Are you there, Janet? Potentially, we have another person joining, Brian. Hi, Janet. Good to have
Hi,
you
Jessica.
here.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi. Perfect.
Hi.
Okay. So our Q&A section, you just have a couple minutes to like answer. So I do icebreakers. So I'll ask you kind of a funny question. What was the name of one of your favorite stuffed animals growing up?
I don't know. Gee, that's kind of hard to remember.
Or something,
I don't know. I
something.
had a teddy bear. Yeah, I didn't really have I just had like a whole row of teddy bears growing up, so I didn't really have a favorite. But,
oh, I love that.
Yeah, yeah. I used to have
that.
Cabbage Patch Kids and teddy bears, so I didn't really have a specific name.
That's okay. I named everything. I named rocks. I named cats. I named everything had a name in my world. That's just like a random icebreaker because you never know who can relate about something. And then how it works is, Janet, you can pick someone else to ask a professional question, personal question, any kind of question you want to be kind of like an icebreaker. Janet, you can pick someone else to ask a question. Can everyone hear me okay with my headphones, or should I take them off?
Just for information, especially for the ones that are first time here, I just want to make sure that everybody understand why we're doing this format. Is that we have 6 objectives in this meeting, and the first one is we wanted to make sure that we understand the fundamentals of our services and business that we are offering to people. The second goal that we try to implement right now is what we call introduction. So we wanted to have a good introduction where we don't want to feel like we're being solicited. And so, by someone asking you a question, their tendency is they really listen to what you're saying, and you feel like you're giving them the answer that they're really wanting to learn from you. So it could be a personal, it could be a business, but most of the time, a lot of the questions are coming on the business side of it. The third goal that we have is what we call the relationship. So we are here to focus in building business relationship because it's really hard to refer anybody when you do not know them. And especially when you are very well connected in the industry, you don't want to just refer anybody that you do not know until you really understand who they are. And the next goal that we have in this meeting is what we call expertise. So normally we would have a presenter that would speak, and I don't know what happened to our presenter. I think something with the timing. Is that what happened, Jessica? Okay.
I think so.
Yeah, okay. So we had a mixed up on that. But anyway, we can definitely, be creative in terms of what we can do with that time. And normally when a presenter comes in, they speak for 7 minutes, and we had 3 minutes of evaluating their questions, giving them questions, or, providing any kind of feedback. The fourth goal that we have is what we call the, actually that was the expertise, the fourth. And the fifth one is understanding of your character, your personality, because again, we wanted to make sure that we are, communicating well. We want to be able to give you lifetime testimonials, or actually organic testimonials and lifetime referrals. So really the understanding of what you do and who you are in your industry is really important for us. And lastly is what we call the project. In this group, we try to create a project that we can all work together. This is where you find opportunities and also bringing a lot of business um, to your industry. So those are the 6 objectives that we have. So Jessica is going to go ahead and continue the Q&A. I just want to make sure that you guys fully understand why we're doing the Q&A and all of that. Thank you.
Thank you, Marie. Yes, all of that is why, which is what is the purpose for our question. So I tend to ask off the cuff kind of questions because I feel like it is a better icebreaker to find commonality, but you don't have to do that. You can ask more professional ones. So, so does anyone have any questions from there before we continue? Okay. Janet, would you like to ask someone else a question and continue?
Yeah. So I think my next question was directed to James. I guess just a simple question. What was your favorite sport growing up?
So my favorite sport growing up, and still my favorite sport, is basketball. Always loved it. I still love it. It's a great workout, and I love the NBA.
Love that. Awesome.
Cool.
Very cool.
So now it's my time to ask a question. Let's see if there's people here. I don't know if Brayon Miller, is that how you pronounce that?
That sounds good to me. Hi, Rayon. It's good to have you here. Are you able to be off mute, or can you type in the chat to let us know if you can hear? Oh, perfect.
Is he here? No.
He may be a little preoccupied at the moment, so we can go with a different person until he's ready.
Yeah. Let's see. Eddie, are you here?
I am here, multitasking.
Oh, yeah. You moved, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, Eddie, I want to ask you, if you can be anywhere right now doing like something relaxing, what would you do?
Anywhere right now. Well, I'll tell you, one of the most pleasant experience of my younger life was when we were at, I was with some really good friends from the rugby club, and we went to Cancun for 7 days of hedonism. And we were on the dance floor dancing and just drinking, and there was these digital figurines dancing above us. And you can't do that in USA, so I thought it was really cool. And because you're dancing on the floor and these lights and figurines and lights are dancing above you. And we didn't get drunk till later on. And the next morning I woke up with this nice, strange woman in my arms on the beach. So that was like a lot of fun. And we were like dancing on the rails and like teetering
Wow.
with life at its own point. So I think when you take a risk and you have fun and you do it with friends, that's probably, I don't know if I answered your question, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, because it's pretty similar to, like, that's my ideal happy place. Just being, the only thing that you missed was like being around water. I love
This
being
is
around water.
Cancun. With Cancun, it's water. You get drunk and you swim up to the
Oh,
bar.
that's true. Oh, you did say you woke up from the beach, actually. It's just like, for me, like party on the beach, but yeah.
Cool.
So yeah, I'll ask a question to somebody else.
So John, I wanted to let you know about this event that I got going on, and maybe it's called Micro Conference Mastermind. So it's a bunch of startups and we get around and talk together once a week with other entrepreneurs. So my question is, first, I want to see if you're familiar with it. And next, what's your favorite way to network and get your business going?
Great question.
So I've never heard of this. I'm interested. I just went to the website. I definitely think that my co-founder and I would be interested in this.
Check it out, because they have a free opening a little bit.
For sure. And what was your second question?
What's your primary way and favorite way to network? So, because that's like besides here.
Well, I mean, I like networking in person because, it's nice to be right next to somebody, I guess. And like, I feel like I'm kind of an energy person. So like, it's hard to kind of gauge energy over webcam. So I don't know. I think that we have a local tech. It's called Palm Beach Tech, now it's called South Florida Tech. And they're starting to put on events again now that COVID's kind of over. So it's been nice to go to in-person events. Usually you get a free drink too. So
I love that. Cool. Social butterfly. All right. So then John gets that question.
hey, who's left?
We have Ken. We have Rayan. Please let us know if we're pronouncing that right.
Yes, it's Brian. Yep. So I think you got it good. Yep.
Perfect.
Thank you. Nice to meet everybody. Sorry about that. I was taking another phone call. So I heard you, but I couldn't unmute. But anyway, how you
It's
doing?
all good. We're glad you're here.
Well,
you.
I'll ask you then, Brian, since I've never seen you in the group before. Can you tell us about what your business is and kind of what you're looking for?
100%. Thank you very much for asking, John. Yeah, man. First, my name is Brian Miller. Business I have is Full Circle Financial Consulting. What we do is we take a special and unique approach to financial literacy and education, which is now called financial empowerment. But we do credit repair, real estate, and insurance, and we put it all under one company. So essentially, if a client is looking to purchase a home, we facilitate the full process where we fix the credit. We set them up with a broker, get the pre-approval. We help them to buy a house. And then the end piece is financial education, making sure that they have the protection in place for their family's future. So it really does, make a huge difference and impact. And I'm here in the group just to network, make connections, meet new people, and continue to make a difference in the world.
Awesome. Thanks for the recap.
Mhm.
All right. So if you missed it, what we're doing is a Q&A where you can ask a professional question or a personal question just as like an icebreaker. And we do have a couple people left. So, well, I'm included. I don't think I got asked a question yet, but that's okay. So we have Ken left, we have me, and I thought we had someone else, but maybe they dropped off. That's okay. All right. So who would you like to ask a question to?
Jessica, I'm gonna pick you now. So
okay.
Talk to me, Jessica.
Well, hello. My name is Jessica, and I am a fellow member of the Fire Up Connect community, and I own a business development company where I specialize in joint venture partnerships, creating strategic intros and all that good jazz within health and wellness, real estate, and professional dev spaces. So I'm a connector similar to Marie, and just a little bit about me. I feel like I need to give like a fun fact just to switch it up. So my favorite animal is a lion, and I'm actually working on a painting behind me of a giant lion that maybe I'll make that my background at some point. So I guess that's 2 fun facts. And I guess our numbers are not even, so that's okay. I can also ask Ken the question. Or either way, Ken can ask a question or I can ask a question.
Who's supposed to ask a question?
Yep.
Oh,
You can
okay.
just ask anyone because our numbers are uneven. today.
John,
Aha. Popular guy.
are you there, John?
Come back to us, John. Okay.
Okay, you need to send me an email again because I accidentally deleted you. And that's why I haven't contacted you about a radio interview. So it's
Okay.
not because I don't love you. It's just that my fingers are starting to get fast and I delete very quickly. So KCAA producer at gmail.com.
KCAA.
Yeah, I know I'm supposed to put it in the chat and all that stuff, but I'm not a tech like you.
It's got 2 A's, right?
2 A's. That's correct. That's correct. And anybody else that would like to, after John gets his interview, can also send me, and I'll try to get you an interview on the radio as well, on the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Network. So, John, the question is very simple. Why are you supporting Mercedes-Benz instead of Ford Motor Company?
I collect Formula One hats. If Ford was in Formula One, I would be wearing a Ford hat like all day.
Okay, so why are you in Formula One instead of NASCAR?
I like them both.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, I like all kinds of racing.
okay, okay. All right. If you ever get out here, take you to Willow Springs where they do testing for the Formula One.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, come here and we'll go to Homestead for the finale.
All right, all right.
Wow.
Like you-
See?
Yeah. Okay, so that's that. So, am I done?
Do I get
Sounds
a
like
double
a
question?
sponsorship to me. Sounds like we could work
Okay,
out a
John can
sponsorship.
respond. And if you think this is a personal relationship, it is, because John and I have been on for, what, 6 months now, so. Anyway,
No,
go ahead,
it's
John.
great. I think it's great.
Yeah, but some people are sitting there going, wow, these guys really, what's the deal?
Let me see here.
We met each other on Fire Up Connect, right?
Yep.
Who hasn't gone yet? Fatima?
It looks like everybody got their questions,
Everybody's got
right?
their
So
Uh-oh.
I just wanted to make sure that you guys, I'm actually going to leave early today just because I have a very important event that I need to go to, and I don't want to be late for that. But I wanted to make sure that you guys understand what we're doing here. We have a first-time visitor, Janet. Janet, what do you do? What type of business do you do?
I'm a wholesaler. I do real estate. I do fix and flips, and I've been doing it for about 3 years now.
Okay. And
Nice.
Brian, or Rayan Miller, what do you do? Are you there?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Well, what do you do? What type of business do you do?
Oh, okay. So with us again, it's a company called Full Circle. And what we do is we specialize in credit repair, real estate, and insurance. And we just kind of make it simple for the client by facilitating the transaction, making sure that we kind of, fix up the credit if they need to. We help them to get pre-approved for the broker with the real estate transaction. And then we talk to them about insurance at the end of it. So
Okay.
teaching financial education.
All right, sounds good. So, since we don't have a presenter today, what I would like to do is just introduce you to everybody. James Fu Torres is actually in public relation. So he's the guy that can help on creating press release for your company. So there's more to what he does, and this is, I'm learning more about James on what kind of services he's providing. So if you guys are interested in connecting with James, please make sure that you provide your contact and email or phone number on the chat so you guys can save the chat, okay? And then we have Eddie here. Eddie Gottschalk is actually the CEO of Zip Analyzer. and he provides a lot of great information for people that are wanting to buy and sell properties. These are perfect for the real estate brokers, real estate investors, real estate agents, or anybody who is really interested in investing on any type of properties anywhere in the United States. Am I right, Eddie? You're on a mute. You're still on a mute.
Talking to myself. Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
we're the king of the most current market data out there, more current than anybody.
Yes, and then of course Ken Powell is the radio producer for Fabulous Lifestyle Radio. That station is actually being broadcasted to 50 million households. So if you are interested in being broadcast in Orange County, Riverside County, Inland Empire, San Gabriel Valley, and North County of San Diego, definitely you want. And they're also affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. So there's a lot of exposure you guys can get from his radio show if you wanted to connect with Ken. And of course, the email is there. You can send him an email if you are interested. We're also, I think there's a magazine that's going to come out on Fabulous Lifestyle. The website for that is called fabulouslifestylemag.com. If you guys check it out, it is here. I'm going to type it right now. fabulouslifestylemag.com. Okay. So that is with Ken. And John Simon here has a company called Virtual Badge. Virtual Badge is actually an app that can help a lot of medical institutions, construction companies, and companies with a lot of employees that need to be certified or at least get vetted before they can get into the facility. And there's a lot more information that you can learn from John. Actually, if you are in any type of business, you definitely wanted to connect with John Simon because of the things that can help your business and your connection, expanding your connection. So definitely connect with John. Now, Jessica here is actually an amazing connector. She actually brings a lot of your target market. Once you meet with her and she understands exactly who you're looking for, she is able to connect you to the right people. So you don't want to miss that opportunity. I've worked with her, and when I tell her that these are the people that I need, immediately there's some great connections that she provides me, and that was an amazing connection for all of you. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Jessica run now, and I'm gonna let Jessica take care of the next part of the meeting, which is what we call business share time. This is the time where you can share your success stories within your business or a specific challenge that you have in your business that you want to share to everybody, and you guys can do some sort of a brainstorming on that. And if you have a specific goal that you want to accomplish and you need some support from the Fire Up Connect members, definitely you want to share that. If you are interested in being a member of Fire Up Connect, make sure that you connect with me. I have a lot of marketing programs that you can learn from us, or I can get you in, and that is something that I'm really excited to share with you. And thank you again for being here. So Jessica, you go ahead and you can proceed. Thank you so much, everyone, and have a great meeting today. Okay.
Thanks, Marie. Have a great
Bye.
meeting as well.
right.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Okay, so like she was sharing before, we normally do a 7-minute presentation and then some Q&A around that. And in lieu of that, we're going to have some extra time to get to just have some support, learn about each other more as a community, and segue from there. So how this section works is, it may sound like a lot. You don't have to do all three, but you can pick between the three. If you have something really cool that's going on with your business that's sort of like a win to celebrate, you can share that. Challenges that you might want to mastermind around with a trusted peer, or a goal that you're working towards and you might need some resources and stuff. So we're going to do a round robin again, and I'm just going to kind of just pick from the screen to go. Just figure that's the easiest way. So James is actually first on deck. What would you like to share today? Success story, challenge, or goal?
I don't know. So the struggle, I'm gonna share a struggle. I struggle with like social media posting and just like copywriting. Like I'm very good at like the ideas and you know putting like the creative like way to like, you know, I know what I have to do. I just very bad of like putting on the exact wording and stuff like that. And in social media, like, okay, I got a picture or a video, and then it's like, okay, I got to put a caption, it's engaging or something. It's like, that's my struggle, to be honest, because, you know, while I rather focus on being on calls and making sure that everything is running smoothly, but when it comes to like just sit down and just write like this engaging content, even though I have a good idea, it's just really hard for me. So that's my struggle.
Hey, thanks for being open and honest and just setting the tone for our shares. Does anyone have any comments or feedback around that for James?
Brian has a.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah. So no, I can 100% agree, and that's something that I feel like is an opportunity for me as well. I think especially with the business model where there's multiple things that we do well and so much that we could put in there at one time, and sometimes you try not to oversaturate what you're saying or to dilute necessarily what you do. And so for me, I come across that very often where it's like, okay, what's too much to say and how much should I scale back? And if I scale back, do they really understand all that what I do? And so it's just it kind of comes with it's like that balance. And so I 100% agree, and I think that's an opportunity for me as well. But I'm more than happy to share, you know, some of the ideas and the context that I came across that kind of were able to help me out with some of that stuff. And so I would love to get a chance to connect with you, James, a little bit more and learn a little bit more about you and what you do, and everyone else here for that matter as well. But really just kind of build and see what we can do together.
That's great.
I really appreciate
definitely,
that.
I'll get your info.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, James. I actually really appreciate that. As James was talking, I wrote down voice and visibility, because really, so often what we're doing in our own business, like it's just kind of like sometimes we even get paid to do the very same thing for other people, but when it comes to our own voice and visibility and being consistent around it, we get inconsistent. And so I appreciate that you're willing, the fact that you're talking about it just shows that you want to grow and want to be presented well, taken seriously. And there's no shame in that. We all have different strengths and different gifts. And it actually is an opportunity to partner with someone that might open up more doors and more business too, who specializes in something that you don't. And so I appreciate that right away. I mean, you have someone, I think the more honest we can be, our resources and everything just shows up right when we need it. So this was a great example of that. Eddie, you are next in queue. What would you like to share?
So I'll share, because I mentioned this. Am I on? Yeah, I'm on. Yeah. I mentioned this to John. This networking event. So I create this like. I don't know. I can't see it. Okay, I don't have my background green screen with me. We create a matrix for every week. So it's called ABC. C is my minimum goals, B is maximum, and Y is my dream. And it's varied by tier. And it could be personal, could be business, could be website, could be social, anything. So, and then you sync it up to your passion. So I taught people how to do this, as I've got a mentor to help me with it way back when. So my minimum was to get my Adobe to HTML, got that done. So we have, and now my team is working on going to syncing up the technology, the back end technology with our front end, because I have like 9 people review my HTML. And I have a partner. She said maybe on funding, and then she just emailed me today. So yeah, I'll help you out, because plan B was go out there and sweat and work outside in 90-degree weather. I really didn't want to do that. So, and the other thought is, I share this in chat. AppSumo is one of my favorite tools. They have a way that you could do, let's say if you know your target list, you really want to target X people with certain income, certain age, and that are CXOs of X companies. You can build that list with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but you export it. You use a company called Zero In Me, and you can now, you don't have to connect with them, but you can export that list, and then they will connect with all that list and get all their emails, their phones, their social media, and everything. So I already have 15,000 connections. The last thing I want to do is more connections. So you can build that list, go to them, and then they get all your information. So then you can call them and connect with them. So, and that's one of the tools I got from AppSumo. It's normally like $50 a month, but then they sell it for like one-time lifetime deal for $40. So I just want to share that with the group if anybody cares about that. So that's what I'm working on. Next week, my Excel will change, but each week you do ABCs. At least you get the A's done, or the minimum. So that's my semi-win.
Hey, that is, you didn't have to go out in 90-degree weather. That's a win. Well, 90 degrees plus, I mean, where I am in the world, it's like, 96% humidity. So it's, that's a whole different animal. That's great. I know you've been working on that for a while with securing, and you got your team in place for your own content and getting things out there. So I appreciate that you offered some solutions. I think I've heard of some of it, and I think the more systems we find that work for us, that does some of the work for us, it can make it easier for us to shine in other ways. So I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so next in queue is Ken. What would you like to share?
I got a big success, actually 2 of them today. Signed 2 new clients. And I just want to reinforce the fact that, a lot of people think we're a radio station, but we're really a omni-media, omni-channel system. Because once you are in, you get 14 podcasting platforms.
Oh, I think his.
And it's a pretty complex but simple way of staying on top of your social media for as long as you want. So most people find that they can do the social media. The issue is really getting the time and the energy to do it every day. And it's impressions that win. It's not content. It's actual volume that wins. So even if you've got cruddy volume, I was going to say crappy volume, or a crappy message, it's still better than no message at all. A lot of people spend way too much time crafting the perfect message. And by the time your perfect message comes out, somebody's already flipped their cell phone past your perfect message, and it was never shared. So there's a lot of secret agents out there, and one of my jobs is to eliminate the secret agent. That's why I'm going to get on John's case. Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. And congratulations, 2 new clients. That's awesome. Love it. What are you going to do to celebrate?
I'm going to thank Marie. That's what I'm going to do.
Great.
Marie is a phenomenal connector, if you guys haven't figured that out yet. And all I am is an amplification of what Marie is already doing. And you can do 1 + 1, or you can do 2 × 2 × 4 × 16 × 168. and operate in my little world. So yes, Marie is how I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to thank her with a nice prayer.
We love you, Marie. Awesome. Thank you. Next in queue is John.
So I'm going down to meet the investors that we're in due diligence with on Thursday. Me and my business partner are going down to Miami to meet them. So hopefully it's gonna be closed soon. Hopefully. But other than that, I don't know. We made a few sales in the last couple of weeks, so it's been good. It's just it's been really busy. I'll tell you, a struggle of mine and my co-founders is that we're into accelerator programs now, and so the workload has been intense. I'll just say that. Just stuff like getting our pitch materials more refined, and I don't know, our business plan and our business model itself. Just there's a lot of work that we've been doing for that.
Someone wants to join the meeting. Just a second. There we go. Hi, Mary. Good to have you here. We are going around talking about either a success story, a challenge, or a goal that we're working on. I'm not putting you on the spot. I just, to go next, I just wanted to acknowledge you. Glad you made it. John, I love that you put that intention there. Like, it's hard to make time for it sometimes because it feels like it takes away from other time to do things to get our messaging right, get our credibility up to par and all that. So I really respect that both of you are making the time for that. And I know it can feel a little like hinging things off of like waiting for the funding and the resources and stuff to work. Like, I know you've been really patiently working with their timing, and our thoughts are with you that will be a success, and we can have that be your success story next week to celebrate with you. So that's cool. How is any updates with the plant? I'm just going to say plant business because I don't know what else to call it. Do you still have that going?
Yeah, they're constructing, the city's building out our workspace. Like, so I think I told you before, my wife and I popped up on the porch of like it was an old building from like the 1920s or even earlier than that the city bought and is now renovating. And so now that they're doing the construction, they kicked us off the porch. So we haven't really been doing that much for that right now. It's kind of on hold. But my wife is working on a couple of community gardens. They're like funded gardens through our city, meant to like erase a food desert in a certain area in our town. And those projects have been put on hold because the cost of wood has like 4 to 5x'd. And so the budget's not there to buy all of the wood for the plant beds right now. So everything's just been on hold. I don't know if you knew that. Construction supplies like lumber, it's like the price is like 4 or 5x what it was last year.
I remember there was the furniture guy, not very super professional. I just can't remember his name. I remember he was saying that the foam or something to make furniture, you can't even, like, that's on back order. It's such an interesting time for that. But also, I guess there's opportunities in there. But good that you're still like finding a way to make it work. And
I mean, one thing that we are doing that is a new project is we're starting a microgreens grow. So we're like, I would say a third of the way through our first grow. And so we're going to test those out with some people that we know. I know a lot of restaurants in the area. So, if that becomes something that we end up being able to sell on a regular basis, then that'll be awesome. So,
have you ever had microgreens? Have I ever had what?
Have you ever had microgreens?
I think so. Like, I'm like, is it like wheatgrass? Like, I'm thinking of like salad?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
So like we took pea seeds and radish seeds and you harvest
Oh,
them
yeah.
after like 2 weeks because they end up just being a sprout that's like that tall, but they've got more nutrients than the regular plants. And so they go in smoothies, they go on salads, people will buy that. They're like a trendy item, honestly. So that's kind of why we
Yeah,
wanted to try
all the
it.
foodies. Anyone else a
Yeah.
foodie here? I love that. That's actually really cool because people are really focused on sustainability, farm to table, creative ways to use restaurant space and stuff. So that's cool. That's a cool. Hey, we could talk more offline about that. Let's see. I want to make sure everybody goes. Janet, would you like to go next with a share as far as a struggle you might be having, a success story, or a goal you're working on?
Yeah. Well, right now, I'm just getting through closing a deal in Atlanta. It's actually in a small town outside of Atlanta called Smyrna. I have a wholesale deal that I was closing with a cash buyer out in the greater Savannah area. So my goal mainly is to create a diversified portfolio. I want to be able to do a few fix and flips. Mainly I do fix and flips and wholesales outside of mainly in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and Atlanta, but I live in California. So that's kind of different because I'm on the West Coast, but my market is on the East Coast. So yeah, my goal is to basically just start doing more flips and doing more wholesales out in those areas.
Awesome. That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
And you have some East Coasters here, so you might have some resources.
Okay. Great.
Awesome. Well, congrats with that deal you're working on right now. That's awesome. Anything else you want to add? Any other shares?
Yeah, I'm just familiarizing myself with this platform. I've never been to the webinars before, so I'm just trying to maybe get in more into the networking. That would be my goal.
Perfect. Well, you definitely are in the right spot for that. So we're glad you're here. All right, and then we have Rayan next. I think I said it wrong. Sorry. Brian. You are next.
Oh, okay, perfect. First of all, I wanted to say too, Janet, I actually have some ideas and I wanted to maybe connect with you later about as far as like wholesales and some fix and flips. So maybe we could put something together a little bit later, just to network or whatnot. But as far as I'm sorry, what was the question? Would you say I need to was successful?
Yeah. If you it's cool. If you can share a success that you've had, a challenge that you're working through, or a goal that you have.
Okay. A success I've had is recently I'm in the process of getting some government funding and contracts to kind of work with a lot of the VAs and individuals who are looking to get homes, looking to improve their credit score, and looking to learn more about financial education, about what their options are. So working on some government funding with that by getting my AA certification. Some of the struggles are, again, kind of like what James was saying, just trying to get a little bit more exposure, trying to, get my name a little bit more out on social media, and just some of the structural parts are probably, what's going to be my opportunities. I like to get on some podcasts and I like to do some interviews and things like that to kind of share some of the things that have been working. So I think that will probably, be a big help. And then again, I want to help make life easier for other people. So real estate agents and anyone else, if I could partner with them, then it's really a good, relationship that we can kind of build together.
Awesome. So you are you currently in? Do you have a military background? Are you actively in the military or retired?
No, no, no. My father was though. So I have family that have that background. I played basketball overseas and traveled, so not necessarily in the military or anything, but just got a chance to play professional ball and travel around to different places. But no, that was just kind of the niche market because a lot of the veterans they're not really educated as far as what their options are, especially coming back from duty. A lot of times they really don't know what their options are, and so when I was speaking with one of my consultants, they were saying that that probably was a good niche area to really assist and make a good impact, and that's the reason why the veterans came up.
Oh, okay. All right. I wasn't sure the connection there, but the reason I asked was because I know of a brokerage that is all military, and they have different locations like throughout just different cities. So it made me think to just drop in, check in with them and see if it might make sense to make an introduction with that. And then there's a nonprofit in it's in California, but they have other chapters too called the Rosie Network, and that might also be. I'm just kind of thinking like that is true. There is a lot of, like, I actually just had a meeting about education and content and like the overwhelm that we have with like being inundated with so much stuff, but like not always having time to let it integrate and settle. So what I like about what you're sharing is that you don't want to add to the noise per se. You want to use your voice and platform to actually empower people, which really, I can see that about you. So it's great that you have that heart and posture to want to use your influence. I think we
Thank
all
you very
want
much.
that, aspire to that. Yeah, you're welcome. I am trying to keep up with leading the meeting. Hold on. Okay, so I think everybody went. If you didn't go or wanted to still go, let me know in the chat or raise your hand or something. But I do see that we're actually, we try to keep our meeting, try to have time integrity to keep our meeting about 60 minutes and be efficient. So we usually do a collaboration segment as well, as far as like who is in the room today and how we might be able to connect. But with time, we may not have a lot of time to like fully do that segment. But if you haven't put your contact info in the chat, you are welcome to still do that, and you can save it and we can create some connections offline, which I would love to do too. So you can scroll up and find me in there. And now what I'd like to do is create a time for questions about your experiences with the meeting today, and thoughts, questions, missing info, anything you might need to leave with having a great experience today. And if you have questions about becoming officially a part of our Fire Up community, you can certainly ask questions about that and or create a meeting with Marie as well. So we can do a round robin. You can just popcorn questions, however you'd like to do it. Especially our newcomers who were here today, Janet and Brian. Would love your valuable feedback of how you thought our meeting went today.
Well, I think that it went really well. I think that, getting the opportunity to learn more about the individuals here and what they do and how we can all work together to, impact the greater good is always a cool thing. I would like to learn more, especially as far as networking and communicating and learning more about, how often you guys meet and more details and things like that. If I can manage to make that work, then that'll be a really good opportunity to, again, just kind of share the wealth. So I look forward to it, and I enjoyed it, and I appreciate you guys, inviting me and allowing me to share my story. Thank you.
Share the wealth. I love it. Janet, do you have any feedback for us?
Yeah, I appreciated the webinar. Yeah, I got some good feedback as well. Hopefully, I hope to join the next webinar whenever that is. I'm just looking to network once again. So yeah, I enjoyed this first one.
Yay. Okay, awesome. Short and sweet. Well, I will round it out then with a little bit of being a member of the community. It'd be also cool to get some feedback from a handful of us who are members, and sort of like a little testimonial and what we appreciate about it. So I'll share a little note, and then if another member just wants to tack on as we close our meeting today, you are welcome to just piggyback. So really, the biggest value I have gotten out of being a member of Marie's community with Fire Up Connect is that it really is supportive, and it really comes back to what you put into it. So even though the meetings are like, sometimes we get to meetings and there's like pages and pages of people and you feel like kind of lost in the mix, but I just appreciate how she's so intentional with who she includes in her community. And more often than not, everyone in the room, there's an intentionality there. There's usually some kind of collaboration we all can work on together. And it's almost like creating a joint venture partnership or some kind of ecosystem merger, in-person referral, like right here on the spot, that's like proactive and hands-on. And we do that every week. So I love that she has curated something out of her years of fostering her own networks and her passions, and basically created a platform to play and create everything and be efficient all in one meeting. So that's what I really appreciate about my membership. And if someone else would like to share, we can close out the meeting that way. I wasn't going to call anyone. If you just felt led.
Want me to give it a shot?
Go for it, Eddie. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't talk about this much, but I probably have done over at least 70 or no, 55 fix or flips. And there was one, and what I found is you really can't do this if you don't have a good network. Everybody says that, but I remember once I bought a property and a wholesaler signed it to me. I gave him $5,000. I thought it was a good deal. And I fixed it up a little bit, kept it cash flowed for 2 years. And this is sort of a funny story, that's why I'm sharing it. And then at the settlement, they said, well, you got a second trust. I said, yeah, I know, it's about 70,000. No, it's 20,000. So what do you mean? So you've been paying principal only for the last 5 years on this note. And I went back and looked at my contract, and the wholesaler wrote in this little size 2 fonts, principal payments only. And I don't know if anybody knows real estate, that was a really slick deal and about the best $5,000 I ever spent. So anyway, I thought I'd share with that to you.
Did that come from Marie? Is that why you're bringing that up?
No, it was like 10 years, 15 years ago.
Oh,
but Janet's a flip. There's two fix and flippers here. That's why I was sharing it. So.
Oh yeah. The synergy there. Got it.
And the only reason why I got that contract was the networking. That was the real.
Oh, hey Eddie, when you get a chance, can you put your contact info in the chat for us?
Yeah, I got it.
Perfect. Well, perfect. Thanks for that story. That does sound like a pretty good deal. I don't know if we could do that. I don't know with the cost of supplies, like John was saying, if 5,000 could go that far right now, but we do, but the network is the most important thing, the social currency, how you treat people. And that's really how Marie has set up Fire Up Connect as a membership, to offer your services and have exclusive community and more networking opportunities with your brilliance in the world. So we will be reaching out with those of you that expressed interest in joining us. And there's also speaking opportunities. we didn't have one today, but you could be that next person to do a 7-minute presentation. So once again, I just want to thank everybody that invested the time to be here with us. We really appreciated it. We really strive to not make this be just another meeting thing to attend every week, but really a joy and a community feel experience. So thank you for joining us. Any last minute thoughts or questions or anything before we close our meeting today?
Nope, networking rules. And
All right.
I'm an entrepreneur. I like to think I can do it all myself, but a lot of my income is not from doing it myself. It's with other people.
Right.
Great.
That's true. Well, thank you. We are right on time. So thank you, everybody. Please save the chat and we can create more one-on-ones offline. And we will see you next Tuesday. Thank you, everybody. Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Take care. See you later.
Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye.